Every story you love, every invention that moves you, every idea you wished was yours, all began as nothing. Just a blank page with a blinking cursor, asking a simple question. What do you see? Great ideas start on Mac. Find out more on apple.com/Mac.
No one should have to choose between their own safety and their pets. But nearly half of domestic abuse survivors delay leaving because they can't bring their pets with them. Purina is helping to create more pet-friendly domestic violence shelters through the Purple Leash Project, so survivors and their pets can escape and heal together. Visit Purina.com/purple to learn more.
You guys broke up why?
I actually don't know why we broke up. He said because of my lifestyle, which...
What does that mean?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. What does that mean?
This is the plaintiff, Antoinette Walker. She says she gave the defendant, her ex-boyfriend, money for an apartment they were going to rent together. And sure enough, they broke up before they actually moved in with one another. He broke up with her out of the blue, and the more she thinks about it, the more she believes he planned the whole thing to con her out of money. Bottom line, the sweetheart swindler owes her $2,100, and that's just what she's suing for today. This is the defendant, Alfred Chapman. He says he doesn't owe the plaintiff one thin dime. The money she's talking about, she spent shopping and going out doing crazy things. She's making all of this up and only suing him because she's mad he dumped her. He's 100% confident the judge will see through this flimsy lawsuit and rule for him when she's done listening to her lies. He's accused of conning a lover out of her money. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $2,100 for defamation of character and pain and suffering.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Milian in our forum, the People's Court.
Be seated and come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay. Antoinette Walker, you are suing Alfred Chapman Jr., your ex-boyfriend, for $2,100 that you say he owes you and refuses to repay you. You are suing her back for $2,100 for defamation of character and pain and suffering. What's going on?
Okay, so me and Alfred have been together for a year now. We broke up.
Been together. You're not
yeah,
still
we
together.
have been together. We're not still together.
Oh, okay. We're together.
Yeah.
All right.
And
All
back in February, we were planning to move out and get our own place and whatnot. So we did our income tax together, and we decided to put money up together to towards that. So I gave him my half, which is $1,500, and he had a lockbox, which he only had the key for. So he said it's going to be safe there. We'll build up.
How long was it going to be safe there for?
Well, it wasn't safe for long because it's gone now.
Right, why don't you just keep it in your pocket and then hand it up when you actually get an apartment?
I should have did that.
Oh, you think? Okay. So that's $1,500. You guys broke up why?
I actually don't know why we broke up. He said because of my lifestyle, which...
What does that mean?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. What does that mean?
Are you ready for me?
I am. What does that mean?
Well, I was working overnights, and, while I'm working, she's out partying and everything. So it was one day I did a closing shift, the evening.
Okay.
So I came home around 11:30 p.m., and I'm like, she's not here? So
you didn't know when she was out?
No, she just goes out whenever she feels like it,
Okay.
So I come home, I'm like, I'm tired of this. This is all the time. This is all the time. I'm working and she's partying, doing what hanging out. So I was upset, and I told the mother, I stand in the middle of the room and said, you know what?
You told who?
The mother.
You lived with her mother?
Yeah, she was there, both there.
Okay, so you tell her mother, what'd you say?
I said, Miss, this is crazy. She's still not home. And she said, yeah, see, this is crazy. She should have been home by now. And I was like, yeah. I said...
Is that your voice? Is that you? Who's the mother? Like, who's that? Whatever he's imitating.
Absolutely not.
So I said, you know what, Miss, I'm leaving. She said, boy, sit down. You ain't going nowhere. I said, Miss, no, I'm serious. I'm leaving. I'm done. I talked to her about this before. Boy, said, I'm going in my room. I text her. She said, I can't believe this. I got it on,
You don't do good voices. Let me just say. Just tell me what they said. All right? So you left that night. Did you leave that night?
Yeah, I left that night.
All right, and you took with you a laptop and an iPad, Doc?
No. I didn't take those things. She gave it back to me. She said,
How? On the phone?
No. Face to face. Because she ended up coming later on. And
what time did she get home?
Like 12:30.
Okay.
She came there. I'm in the hallway now. This is my last move and stuff. And she just come out of nowhere. I don't need your gifts. Through the picture frame, 2 house phones, laptop, and then came with the iPod dock. And she keep talking about $1,500. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, what happened to the $1,500?
She spent it. She spent the money.
Wait, but did she? The money implies that it was grouped up for a purpose. So when she didn't give it to you?
We was planning to move out in February time. But I told her, listen, you can't be spending all this money and stuff. I understand you need clothes and stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. But, we got to
Well, how would she get in the lockbox if you were the only one with the key?
No, after I started giving it to her.
She doesn't act like a woman who already got it. She's like nuts about it. She keeps texting you for, how long have the texts been going on?
The text started on the October 16th.
When you guys broke up. Well, you guys broke up when?
October 16th officially. It was after 12 o'clock, so it was October 16th in the morning.
Tell me about his responses to you in the texts.
He didn't respond at first to my text messages. I tried to reach out, call his house phone, asked if his mother could talk to him or whatnot, because I felt like I didn't deserve to be, regardless if we went through something, we're in a relationship with 2 adults. We can settle our differences besides doing childish things like taking my money. I work hard, I have a job, I work 9 to 5. I'm not living a party lifestyle like how he's saying. I come home, I cook dinner, he likes to eat, you know what I'm saying? He's always, babe, what's for dinner? Babe, babe.
Yeah, I saw your text, the fish is seasoned.
I don't go to party, I don't go to clubs, I don't do none of that stuff.
Where were you that night?
At my aunt's house, this right here. That's the only place I go. The only place I go.
Well, listen, wait, stop. Slow your roll. You're entitled to go out. You just, in a relationship, you have to kind of be clear about what's off limits and what's not.
Yeah, I just don't understand the whole party lifestyle because I wasn't going out. I don't go to clubs.
Why do you think he won't give you back the $1,500?
Nothing. I didn't cheat on him or nothing like that. For him to just be like, done with me. So I felt like it was all planned, and the reason why I didn't come home that night, why I was not there at that time, is because he made a comment to me in the morning. He told me that I never been a good girlfriend to him. And I hurt my feelings.
But went a little farther than you were never a good girlfriend. It was kind of personal. I mean, he was kind of implying you were cheating on him and stepping out. And
yeah,
I know all this because, of course, your entire lives are in those texts.
It is a lot by text.
That's such a bad idea. I tell my kids this all the time. This stuff isn't all supposed to happen in cyberspace. People in a relationship should be able to talk to each other. And you guys, your generation doesn't even know if they can talk to each other because they've never tried. Everything is through Facebook and this message and their Instagram and their little texts. And, I try to have a rule that if it starts with my husband, and text is very convenient, and I'll send him little emoticons because it could be romantic, juice up a 20-year marriage. It's really cute. But if all of a sudden something happened and I'm angry, I'm picking up a phone because there's nothing worse than a fight text. If I look at you and I say something to you face to face, I feel bad when I see you cringe. I know I've hurt your feelings and I take a step back. Not all that's missing with texts and emails, but all right, I feel better. I don't know about you guys. All right, listen, my job here is to try to figure out if there's really that $1,500. And if she really, he says you gave him a laptop and said, I don't need your gifts. Did you give him hold on. Who is that lady who keeps trying to interject?
That's my mother.
Okay, seriously, you got to move out, all right? Okay, she's 24,
I was
hold on.
trying.
Go ahead. Tell me, did you hand him a laptop and say,
I didn't hand him a
I don't
laptop.
need your gifts?
When I got home, he had already moved out the TV, the PlayStation, the regular PC computer.
Were those his things?
Those were his things, and I'm like, he can take those stuff, but he gave me a laptop. He gave me my iPod.
He gave you a laptop when?
On Christmas last year.
As a gift?
Yeah, as a gift. But he had it in his hands. He was going out the door, and I was like, that's my laptop. You can't take it. He was like, I'm taking everything. He said, matter of fact, he said, if I give you back the laptop, that's going to be your payment. That's going to be your payment.
Is this your mom?
Oh, God, I can't take it home.
Okay.
I was
Before
there.
she explodes, let's let mom talk.
I was there. I was sick. And I came out the room, and he told me, he said, I'm moving out, miss. And he always say this. So I said, AJ, go lay down. I said, y'all gonna work this out. You know what I'm saying?
You do sound like her.
And
Okay.
I went in the room. I went in the room and I laid down. When she comes in, he done already moved out. He has everything. He's taking all the stuff that they really built when they were together. As far as the laptop, he comes and he grabs the laptop off the table. So I looked at it and I said,
do that?
yes.
Okay.
So I know it's her laptop. So I said, Antoinette, is that your laptop? She said, yeah, that's my laptop. Me and her both grabbed it out his hand. We were like wrestling, trying to get the laptop out his hand. He said clearly, if you take this, I'm gonna deduct it from the $1,500.
He said that?
Yes, and that's when she said, you know what, Ma? Let him take it, because all I want is my money. So,
But he didn't pay you the money.
He was
so
holding
now you
on
want
for
that, and
dear
you want the
life,
laptop,
Judge.
and you want the doc.
Yes, and that, matter of fact, before he left, he told me, don't worry. He said, tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, you can go to the ATM and you can get the $1,500 out the car. I said over and over again, AJ, are you sure? He said yes. And she was my
I
witness
was
to
there
that.
when he said that.
Yeah, she was there when he
Okay.
said it. When I get to Dwayne Reed and go to ATM, as soon as I put the card in, it says, please contact your financial. He canceled the card.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So when two people are together, is it okay for one of them to go out partying for the night without the other?
I would say it depends on the situation and what they do when they go out partying.
Well, you never know what they're going to do when they go out partying, right?
Very true.
So is it okay?
No.
Is it okay?
I think it's fine as long as you have trust in the relationship. I don't see why that would be a problem.
Okay, that's nice and theoretical. What do you think?
I think relationships are about trust, so if you trust a person, it should be okay, right?
2 in the morning.
Maybe.
3 in the morning.
That's probably not.
Going inside the courtroom.
I didn't cancel the card that day. She thinks I canceled the
Yes,
card.
you did.
I canceled the card that day. I was in the living room. Period. Because I knew it was over. Everything. I just didn't want her touching my money.
Did you tell her
So
to go
why
to the
did you tell me
ATM?
that?
Shh, Mom, you gotta take a chill pill. This is not your relationship.
Okay.
Did you tell her, go to the ATM, the money will be there?
No, I did not.
I think you did.
Why do you think
you
so?
did. Did you tell her that if you take this laptop, that'll be payment?
No.
Did you hear Mom describe how the struggling back and forth with the laptop?
Miss, I
Did
know-
that? I'm not Miss.
Okay.
Did that happen?
Miss,
No, you're calling me Miss again.
I'm sorry.
Judge. Okay.
Your Honor, I'm sorry.
That's good too. I would also accept your highness. Go ahead.
Okay, I took the laptop off the table, yes.
You told me that the way it happened was she told you I don't need your gifts, and she gave you the
No.
laptop. Now you're telling me, yeah, I'll tell you the truth now. I took it off the thing and that she ran up to the door. That's not her giving it to you willingly. That's you taking it.
No, I'm telling.
Who's that gentleman right there who's looking up saying that's true? Who's that?
Your Honor,
Is this your moral support?
I'm his best friend.
You're his best
Yes,
friend? You got
yes.
problems.
I've heard voicemails, even
Yeah.
voicemails, she's stating that it's $1,500, that it's owed to her, and if you clearly hear her say, she's just saying, it's my money, it's my money. If you're supposedly in a relationship, it's our money, if that.
So that's kind of his feeling, right?
No,
that it's kind
no,
of like
I'm
it was
not,
all
I'm
in
not
the...
speaking for him, I'm speaking for
Well, no,
myself.
you're
and what
kinda
I'm-
speaking-
No,
go
but
ahead.
I'm just telling you on the situation, based
Right.
on what I'm hearing.
What kind of things did you hear her say on the voicemail?
On the voicemail, for an example,
Give me my 1,500. It's my 1,500.
give me half of my 1,500. Make up your mind. Is it 1,500? Is it half of 1,500?
And what was his response to all those things?
Again, the response, that's where he will come in here and speak about. I don't want to speak for
No,
himself.
no, no. I want to hear from you because I think I'm going to get it straighter from you.
Again,
Who
that's like
are
me-
you?
that's like
Who
me
are
getting-
you? Who is this guy?
That's like
Who
me
are
getting
you?
involved in the
Who is this
relationship
guy?
completely. I'm not getting it.
He's your
again.
best friend. I know. We don't need enemies. What's his name?
Ruben.
Ruben. What would he say?
Again, based on the facts that he's telling me, it seems like he...
Relationship
If it's a
money. And everybody
relationship-
puts in
again,
money
if it's
into
a
the
re-
relationship. Sit
Exactly.
down, Ruben.
But she's saying that it's hers. She's saying that it's her money. She's saying that it's hers. But then in the voicemail, she says that it's half.
Okay, Ruben, sit down. You're killing him. All right, now, Mr. Chapman, tell me, $2,100 counterclaim against her for defamation of character. Tell me why.
Okay, this young man was with me. I'm walking to the store, me and this guy, and out of nowhere, her mom's friend, Tasha, come up to me and said, AJ, why you stole that girl's money? I said, Tasha, if you think I stole $1,500, wouldn't they call the cops that same night and not let me take anything out the house? So I said, come on.
That would have been a good idea, by the way.
I'm saying, come on. I said, they try to make me look bad right now. Tasha, I didn't steal this money. I said, if she think I stole this money, tell her, take me to court. Tell her to fine me, beat me up, kill me.
Okay, no, those wouldn't be good ideas.
I'm just saying, that it's just They was attacking me about money I didn't
So your
have.
suit for defamation is because her what? Her cousin, her friend?
Her mom's friend.
Her mom's friend
Yeah.
knows that there was $1,500 and there was a laptop and you kept both because you figured you'd put into the relation, so you should take out. Mr. Chapman, on your counterclaim against her, 0. That is not a defamation case. And on her claim against you, you need to pay the lady $2,100 verdict for the plaintiff.
Thank you.
Here comes the defendant right out of the courtroom here to tell us what your feelings on what you just heard in that verdict.
I mean, it is what it is. I'm not stressing on it.
Mm-hmm. Ruben, did he help you or hurt you in there?
I only spoke the truth about the situation.
Did you know you were hurting her feelings with some of the things you were saying in the relationship there?
No, I told her about this, before, but it is what it is.
And so you're over her?
Yeah.
All right, okay. All right, thank you very much. You just headed right around the corner this way. All right, come on in here.
Hi.
You seem pretty happy when this verdict
I
came
am
out.
happy because I feel like justice was served, and I felt like he was lying. And pretty much the judge found out that he was lying. He dug himself into his own.
Why did he break up with you?
I really don't know. And, for what he did, I'm glad it's over. Obviously, he wasn't the one for me. I made a bad choice, and hopefully I make better decisions in the future.
All right, Harvey.
Thank you.
When there is a dispute over somebody taking your property or damaging your property, I'm telling you, the best thing to do, send them an email expressing outrage. It protects your position. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
This episode is brought to you by eBay. Buying parts for your car? You'll know that will it work feeling. But on eBay, buying parts is different. eBay's free returns means if it doesn't fit, or if it isn't what you expected, you just print a label, drop it off, and get your refund fast. No haggling, no stress, and at least 30 days to return any eligible item. Millions of parts, free returns. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
I'm always looking for ways to show my cat how much I love her. And with Fancy Feast gems, I can pamper her whenever I want with a savory gravy on top of a gourmet mousse pâté. The pyramid shape makes serving simple, so all I have to do is peel and plate to make mealtime feel extra fancy. And with 2 entrees in every pack, it's easy to turn every day into the extraordinary. Fancy Feast gems.
This is the plaintiff, Gary Snow. He says he let the defendant borrow some money to help pay the bills, and when he asked for it back, she went from nice Dr. Jekyll to mean Mr. Hyde. Now it's been a whole year. He still hasn't been paid back. He's done waiting around for miracles and needs the judge's help getting his hard-earned $1,000 returned. This is the defendant, Sandra Townsend. She says she lived with the plaintiff, and instead of helping her out with the bills, he tripled them. He ate her out of house and home and kept very strange hours. There's no way the plaintiff's going to win this case because not only did he never lend her $1,000, he cost her money by raising her utility bills. She's accused of having a difference of opinion.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff loaned the defendant money for bills and got stiffed. But the defendant says the plaintiff tripled what she owed him by eating her out of house and home. It's the case of you ate it, now eat it.
Douglas, okay. Gary Snow, you are suing your former friend Sandra Townsend for $1,000 that you say you loaned to her and she has refused to repay you. Tell me what's going on.
Okay. Roughly about May of last year, I was approached by a mutual friend of ours, because I was looking for a place to live. And this mutual friend suggested that, why don't you move in with Sandy? She's looking to, help, pay expenses and stuff, and that would help. So I said, well, okay.
Did you know each other?
At the time, I don't think so.
You didn't
I don't
know each
remember
other
if I'd met her beforehand or not.
All right, so you talk and you decide to live together, and you're going to pay how much in rent?
I think it was $750.
$750?
No,
That's how much?
$500.
$500 a month?
Either way,
okay.
It doesn't matter.
And you were sleeping on a couch?
Yes.
Okay. And how long did you live there?
Roughly 2.5 months.
And then what happened?
One morning, she came out. I could tell that there was something wrong because all night long, you'd hear her, stomping back and forth in the house. And She came to me and just started yelling and ranting and raving about, that I had increased her bills and I'm eating her food, and rather than, have a confrontation and say, it's not worth it, okay? I just said, all right, I'm going to go. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll get all my stuff, and we'll try to get this thing settled.
Try to get this thing settled meant what?
All of her arguments, I guess, the ranting.
And her arguments are what? That you should pay her?
At that point, it didn't come up. I missed one part. When I moved in, I gave her 3 months' rent up front.
So that would have covered what months?
May, June, and half of July.
Okay.
Because I moved out on July 14th.
Okay. So go on.
And on July 15th, I came back, picked up my stuff and such, and that's when she threw another accusation at me. She goes, you jumped at me when, yesterday when and I'm like, what? And then she went on about.
And then you loaned her $1,000?
No, not yet.
Yeah, how did that happen? That's what I'm curious about.
When I came back to get my stuff, and then she presented her arguments to me and everything. She went on and telling me that, well, the main reason that you moved in was to help with expenses, but they've increased and I'm having trouble paying bills and such, and I felt bad. So I took all my stuff out to the car, and when I came back, I handed her a check for $1,000.
As what?
Just as a way to help pay for the bills. It was a loan. And then she went on and on.
Was it a loan or a gift?
Huh?
Was it a loan or a gift?
It was a loan.
There's nothing written on the memo line. That's why I asked.
I know.
That would be good, right?
Because at the point before I gave her the check, I didn't, like I said, I didn't think we'd even be here.
What's going on? He says you owe him $1,000.
No, Your Honor. The rent that I charged him was $500 a month. I met him through a friend of mine. I'm sorry if I'm getting a little
That's
mixed
all
up
right.
here.
So you met him through a friend of yours.
Okay,
You charged him $500 a month.
And
he
I
was
told
paid
him,
up for 3 months. He left in the middle of the 3rd month. Did you make him leave?
No, I didn't.
You were complaining to him because what?
So how do you prevent roommate wars?
Maybe a contract?
So would you really sit down with the roommate you're moving in with and saying, let's draft a contract?
Well, aren't you signing a lease together?
That's true. That's true. I mean, how do you do it?
I'll just set boundaries, just like.
How do you, but what do you do? You sit down with the person, what do you do?
I'll just be like, dude, I'm keeping up with my part. I would expect you to keep up with yours.
That's a little bit vague. What do you do?
I don't know. Like he said, I'd set boundaries, like clear rules on what you can and can't do. Like if you're gonna use make sure you clean up after yourself.
That means the other person has to agree. Going inside the courtroom.
What was happening was my neighbors were complaining to me that, he was in and out all night, the car, the engine, whatever he was doing, I don't know. I was asleep. But they work, and they were, concerned about it.
In and out? What does that mean?
His car starting and...
At what time of the night?
I don't know. I was asleep.
Was it 8 o'clock at night or 9 o'clock at night, or is it 3 in the morning?
It was past midnight. Like
past
he'd come
midnight.
in and out.
So the neighbors complained to you, and that's when you talked to him about what the neighbors had said?
I did, yes.
But you also, at that point, you were fed up because?
Because I was going broke. He tripled my utilities because he was, I don't know what he was doing all night. But anyway, I never got upset at him. I never yelled at him. I never threw him out. He said he was moving because he didn't like people telling him what to do. Because I said, Gary, I don't care what time you come home, but when you do, could you just stay? So the next day he said he didn't like people telling him what to do.
Okay, how did it come about that he writes you a $1,000 check?
That was for rent, the 2 months' rent.
Did he give you any money on July 15th?
I'm not sure of the date. He did loan me $500.
When he was leaving, did he give you money?
Yes, $500.
Okay, and you'd say he loaned you $500.
Yes.
So you don't dispute that you owe him money. You just say it's $500 and not $1,000.
And now it's $300 because I've paid him $200.
Did she pay you $200?
Yes.
Okay. So if you say you loaned her $1,000 and she paid you $200, why aren't you suing for $800? Why are you suing for $1,000?
Because there's other money involved.
Can I have the check, please?
Yeah, I've got a copy.
How did he pay? The money that he gave you that day or loaned you that day was in what form? A check?
It was cash.
It was cash?
It was cash.
Okay. Then can you explain why he has a check written to you on July 15th, which was cashed on July 16th for $1,000? That's
Right.
the day's leaving. That's not for rent. So take a look at that and tell me if maybe your memory's faulty. Is that your signature cashing a $1,000 check, ma'am?
Yes,
and is
it
that
is.
your account it got deposited into?
Yes.
Okay, so is there any other conflict that you had with him?
Well, he sent me about 4 letters.
Okay,
throughout
let's
the
see
year.
those.
Okay, this is the only one I could find because I'm in the middle of moving. I could
Okay.
not find any more. And then these are some of my letters that I wrote him back in answer.
Okay.
And he kept changing the amount. First it was $1,700, and then it was $1,500, and now it's $1,000.
God, Gary, you are mixing me up with the 500,000 people that you gave money to. Were you loaning a lot of money at this time?
Just because of circumstance, I was in a position where I had a little cash.
God bless you. You were loaning it out to people?
I had some extra cash, so I loaned some money to a couple of friends. Just a few. I mean, she's making it sound like that I was throwing money all over the place.
That's your prerogative. It's your money.
I know. I helped a friend, so he wouldn't have to get kicked out of his house, pay what he was owed there.
Okay. On August 17th, which is a year later, he writes, if you pay me another $800, you can just consider this paid at $1,000, which will save you $500. You're telling her that she owed you $1,500?
Yeah, it was cash, so I can't back it up, but...
Why did you wait so long to sue? It just occurred to you a few months ago that...
No, well, yeah, in a way, yeah.
You have this check for $1,000, but she's saying that's for the $500 a month
Wrong.
rent because
No.
you lived there in different months than
No.
the ones you're claiming. Can you prove what months you lived there?
Can I prove it? No.
Yeah. That's prove it. That word is
I know,
thrown around
that's-
in court all the time.
that's why I'm
all
only
right,
for the
and do
1,000.
you, when you were complaining about how he, tripled your bills, do you have him here with you?
No, I'm in the middle of moving. And
I knew it.
What do you mean you knew it? You're
I
the guy
asked
who
her, no,
walks
no.
in here with nothing
Wrong.
but a check with nothing on the memo line. I don't know if this is rent. If rent was $500, $1,000 might be rent.
That was
I don't
her-
know what you did.
It wasn't. No.
And then the letter she sends you is you paid me 2 months rent and you loaned me $500. Well, 2 months rent would be $1,000.
This money is not for rent.
I hear you. I am not hard of hearing.
I'm sorry.
What I need is proof.
If she's saying that check is for 2 months' rent, why was I there for 2.5 months? Did I not pay rent then?
Did he pay
This
you
is
cash or
extra.
check when he moved
He
in?
wrote a check.
See, there's
Where
where
is it?
our problem lies.
Where's the other check that I wrote
This
when I
is the
moved
check
in?
he says you wrote and that you gave her
No,
cash
that's
for
when I moved out.
$500.
Oh, please.
How,
Oh,
would you,
please.
wait, I got it. How about like a lease in your new place that you went to?
No.
That would be perfect, right? Because it'll show me that you leased the place right after this. Then I'd know when you rented that time. Based on what I'm hearing, the one thing you can prove is what she admits to, which is that she owes you $300. Verdict for the plaintiff, $300.
Well, there is some proof on the plaintiff's side, so he does collect something on you. What's your feeling on this outcome?
I thank the judge, but I don't feel I owe him $300 more. I really don't.
How tough was he to live with?
Oh my God.
What?
It was tough. It was
Why?
very tough.
Why?
He lived in my front room. He had the big screen TV, the kitchen. He had, everything but a bed.
Mm-hmm.
And
so why would he turn this around on you and try to change it?
I have no idea.
Why would he do
I
this
have no idea.
All right, right down there, okay?
Thank you.
All right, so come on here. You're not able to prove everything you wanted, but you got something out of it.
I mean,
Well, you
I'm
need
glad I
proof.
got some money, but it's not what for. It's not for what I'm owed.
So why would she change on you?
I have no idea. I mean,
no one has any idea of anything.
She changed from Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Yeah, how?
When she came out that one morning and confronted me, I mean, she was a completely different person. Up until then, she
How'd
was a
she
nice
act?
lady.
Like, for instance?
I mean, she was all standing and yelling and, you did this and you've done it. And I'm like, no. You know what? I'm going to go.
Harvey?
Okay, so when you move in with somebody, these guys are kind of right, but you have to sit down and have an adult conversation specifically about the expectations, but very specific. I have to, who's paying the bills, when you pay, what happens if somebody's late. If you do that at the beginning, you're not going to hate them at the end. And that's going to do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
The detective said missing kids usually come home. What happens when they don't?
Based on a true story.
Police looking for John Gacy.
We discovered bodies. By the looks of it, they're younger men. The things he did to those kids.
He's sick.
The system failed these families.
Devil in Disguise, John Wayne Gacy. Streaming now, only on Peacock.
Do you know how many there are?
Up to you to find out.
This is the plaintiff, Shawanda Davis. She says she kept her car at the defendant's parking lot for a few days while she tried to find a buyer for it. And when she returned with a buyer, the car was gone. The defendant, the owner of the lot, took it upon himself to get rid of her personal property. Just because she's small, the defendant thought she was a little girl he could take advantage of. And she's here to tell him he's got another thing coming. She's suing for $1,655, the value of her car. This is the defendant, Ed Stevenson. He says the plaintiff asked if she could leave her car there for a day or two because the engine was bad. She also told him someone would be by to pick it up because she was getting rid of it. 2 weeks later, the car was still sitting there. He had no way of contacting the plaintiff because she took the plates and he turned around and junked it. If you ask him, he did the girl a huge favor. He's accused of crushing her car.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiff left her car in the defendant's parking lot to sell it, but claims the defendant sold it right out from under her. But the defendant says the plaintiff abandoned the whip. It's the case of Hoop-de-Doo.
Shawanda Davis, you are suing J&L Parking Incorporated, represented here by Mr. Stevenson. You're the owner?
Yes.
Okay. For $1,655 that you say you are owed because you left a car parked there and they junked it?
Yes.
Okay. What happened?
On September 5th, 2013, around 2:30, I went to the parking lot. I spoke to one of the attendants. I asked them, would it be okay if I parked my car there? I've parked there previously before, but this time it was a difference because I was taking my plates off my car because I was purchasing a new vehicle. The attendant told me yes, it was okay.
Were you paying for parking?
Yes.
Okay.
I went to retrieve the car, came back with the car, proceeded to the gate where they take the money and everything. I was giving him the $10. He said, no, you don't have to pay. You can pay when you come back because I have previously parked there before.
Oh, so you weren't paying? Well, okay. You were willing to pay, but they wouldn't take your money. Your money wasn't green enough. And then they let you park the car on the lot.
Yes.
But you took your plates?
I was taking my plates off because I was transferring everything from the old car to the new car.
Okay.
So I needed my registration.
And how long were you parking the car? Is this an overnight parking?
It's a pay-as-you-go parking lot.
So do people leave the cars there overnight?
We are overnight, and we're transient, and we're monthly.
Okay. And so you leave the car there for how long before you realize there's a problem?
It was about 4 or 5 days when I went back to go speak to the gentleman, let him know that I would be picking it up on that Saturday and I would be squaring away my bill. He said, okay. They walked me to the car. We checked on it. I had a potential buyer with me because they wanted to purchase the car from me. We looked at the car. The potential buyer walked around it, seen everything he needed to see. I let the attendant know I'd be back on Saturday. He said, okay. I came back on Saturday and the car wasn't there. I speak to the gentleman who is another person who's the lot attendant for the day. And I asked him, can I go retrieve my umbrella because it's getting ready to rain and I'll be back later on today with the tow truck. He said, okay. So we're looking on the board. We don't see my keys. He said, well, go check inside. Maybe your keys are inside the car. So I walked to the back of the lot to where I knew the car was that previous couple of days before, and there was no car. There was another guy there. He said, which car are you looking for? I said, my black Honda Accord. He said, oh, I saw it. It's over here. So we walked to where we thought it was, and we kept circling. He was like, it was here. And I'm like, yeah, it was. I just saw it. So he said, okay, well, go back to the booth and ask the person. As we're walking back to the booth, another attendant drives in with his car, a white Expedition, and he says, oh, Ed got rid of it. He got rid of it yesterday. So I said, yesterday, I just was here, and I told the night person to let him know that I would be back. I was coming to get my car. I haven't even retrieved my stuff out of it yet.
According to you, they get rid of the car in 4 days.
Yes.
You have a different story.
It was...
According to you, I'm sorry, were you going to change that?
It was on the 14th that I came back that the car was gone.
And what day did you leave it there?
The 5th.
Okay, that's not 4 days.
No, it's longer
so that's
than
9 days. And according to you, she left the car there how long?
According to us, the car was there for approximately a week and a half.
Okay.
With no license plate, abandoned. According to New York state law, a car is abandoned after 48 hours. The car had no plates.
Let me see what you're looking at. Highway or public place? You're not a highway or public place.
We're a public lot.
You're not a public lot. You're a public lot, like my living room is a public living room because I have guests. You are a private company that has a
parking lot licensed by the Department of Consumer
Okay, I don't know what that means. You're the owner, right?
Yes.
You're not the state of New York. You're not in the shape of the state of New York. I don't understand. You privately own that lot. Yes, you open it to the public to park there, but that doesn't mean you are a public highway. This does not apply to you. Other stuff applies to you. So let's talk about the other stuff that applies to you. What happened with the car? It was there for how long? According to you, a week and a half, so you're not that far apart.
Yes.
And why? What did you do and why?
Okay, so when somebody leaves the car for 8 days in a parking lot, is that considered abandoned?
As a lawyer, I would say it depends on several things. City ordinance, state law, the contract.
Are you, by the way, are you a lawyer?
I am.
Okay, that's perfect. So she's given 3 very specific things, but no answer. I love that. I'm a lawyer. That was perfect. Going inside the courtroom.
The car did not have plates on it. First, she brought it there to get rid of it. We got rid of it for her because she left it there after more than 8 days, unpaid. She never came back. We didn't know who she was. We had no way to get in touch with her.
Who's we? Because she says that she talks to your employees, she went back and visited.
When I say we, I'm talking about the parking lot. I myself am the owner. I saw the car sitting there with no plates.
What are the names of the people that you were speaking to?
One of the people that I spoke to, which was the first gentleman who handed me this ticket.
What are the names?
Anthony.
What? Anthony? You know an Anthony?
Yes, Anthony. In fact, Anthony submitted a letter. I think you may have a copy.
Let me see the original. And Anthony submitted a letter saying what? What does Anthony say about this? You talk to him. Tell me.
Anthony was the one that took the car in. After a certain amount of time, he turned it over to me. After I saw the car in the lot with no plates, I inquired. And after about 8 days, it stayed there. And I decided to get rid of it because
yeah, but you don't have the right to just get rid of it.
Why not?
Because your people accepted it. And they
We did not
and wait a
accept
second. And she has a ticket, and do you have the ticket?
Yes.
And she's pay as you go. So what did she do wrong?
Here's what happened, Your Honor. We gave her that ticket to be acknowledged, not for cost. To be acknowledged when she come in the very next day, when she said she was coming.
This is a pay as you go. We have monthly, we have weekly, and so people then pay when they take the car out.
Excuse me.
What did she do wrong?
She was supposed to come back the very next day.
Says who?
She did.
But are you listening to her that she came back and showed it to a buyer? And who did you deal with that day?
It was a night attendant. I don't know his name. It was a dark-skinned, tall gentleman.
I mean, before you got rid of the property, did you run the VIN number to find out who it belonged to?
No.
Did you call the police and say,
No.
hey, there's an unauthorized car on my lot. I need you to come and pick it? Because that would have been fine. You could do that right away. So, did you do that?
No.
No. What'd you do? Did you sell her car? Did you get some money for the junk?
Yes.
How much money did you get for the junk?
$350. We offered the money to her.
How are you able, though, to junk a car that doesn't belong to you?
Yes, Your Honor, we get cars on our lot. People
right,
bring
but you
cars.
have to fill out paperwork to be able to junk a car. Did you lie and say it had been there 30 days?
Excuse me?
You heard me.
No, we don't fill paperwork out to junk the car. It is abandoned because it had no plates.
No, it is not abandoned because it had no plates. Because your guy took it in with no plates. You gave her a ticket.
No, she brought it in with no. She brought it in.
That's
with
right,
plates.
and you guys accepted it that way. She didn't
plates
abandon
off.
it on your lot with no plates. That's not what happened.
She brought the car in.
Yeah, she
With
brought
plates.
the car in front of your guys who are your representatives. She takes the plates off. She explains the situation. And you know this because in your answer to the complaint, you said, and Anthony admits it, that, she was selling the car. She was going to, I did her a favor. I junked it for her. No, that's not a favor. It's her car to, it's not even, it's 8 days. Abandoned property is, it's sat there 30 days and you can't get a hold of her. You made no effort to get a hold of her. All you got to do if you really wanted it off your property instead of profiting is call the police and say, hey, you know what, that's too long. Do you have a way to reach that woman? You don't have a way to reach that woman? All right, that's it then. Call the police and get this thing towed off my lot. Then it's her problem with the police and but what you did was you decided to profit from the car that you got sick of. Because there are laws about what you can do before you junk a car that's not yours, right? Are you familiar with them?
Yes.
Oh, did you follow them?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
How long are you supposed to wait? What kind of notice are you supposed to give the person who owns it?
After 72 hours, it's considered abandoned.
That's not what I'm looking at.
What are you looking at?
I'm looking at what you have to
What are
do
you
before
looking
you
at?
can junk a car. You can't just junk somebody else's car.
The car had no plates on it. If it's a car with plates on it, that's a different story. There was no insurance on the car. There was no insurance. We have no reason to keep a car on the lot without
What do you mean
plates.
there was no insurance on the car?
Because when she brought the car in, she told the attendants she was getting rid of the car the very next day. She said she was getting rid of it.
So you decided to get rid of it for her 8 days later. And you don't think there's going to be a legal consequence for you?
We decided to get rid of it because it's taking up space in the parking lot.
Let me tell you something. Can I see how you junked it? Can I see the paperwork from your junking it?
No, we don't have paperwork from the junkyard.
You
We called the
just sold her
junkyard.
car out for
We
money.
called
You
the
just
junkyard.
sold
They
her
came and
car.
got
That
the car,
car's on
and
a
they-
shipment to Nigeria or something. That car is gone, baby, gone. It's not that valuable a car. I mean, but that car is gone. What the heck, man? Who are the fellows with you?
This is my assistant, Ms. Chappelle, and one of my assistants.
And are you folks witnesses or are you moral support? Moral support. Don't call on us. What was wrong with your car that you wanted to get rid of it?
It had a little oil issue where it was leaking oil, so I needed to get somebody who knew a little bit better dealing with that. And I was in the process of purchasing a new car.
All right, and what's your version of that?
Here's the deal. I offered her $350 for the car because this is what they give when you junk it because of the weight.
The person that I spoke to, I don't know if it was him, I don't know if he's Ed, I've never seen this person that I talked to on the phone, but they stated to me they would give me the $200, they would give me the donation. $200?
Not $350?
No, not $350.
Oh, that was big of them.
A donation paper for wherever they donated the car.
Do you have the donation paper here?
No, I don't have donation.
Because it wasn't donated.
She refused that. That's off the table now.
Oh, I'll say.
Yes.
Because I'm going to award her $1,200.
That's fine.
The Blue Book value of the car.
That's fine.
That's right. Verdict for the plaintiff, $1,200. Because I don't like how you do business. Okay?
Thank you.
And so the defendant comes out here learning that he did the wrong thing with that car. What's your reaction on this outcome?
I disagree with the judge's decision. According to New York State law, if a car is left in your parking lot over 48 hours, it's considered
You brought in the wrong law to cite.
No, well, that's the same law I use in Connecticut. I mean,
how many times have you done this?
The same. If anybody bring a car into a parking lot without plates, it's considered abandoned if it's left over 48 hours.
Have you been
That's
sued?
New York State law.
How many times have you been sued about this kind of thing?
This is the second time.
Okay. All right, right down this way.
Thank you.
All right. All right, so step on in here, and you satisfied with what you got out of this?
Yes, I am.
Really?
Yes. I feel like he was trying to take advantage of me, and now he sees that he can't do that. He asked me to bring my mother instead of me bringing a gentleman with me. Bring my mother.
What do you think that meant?
I felt like that he wanted two females so he could try to sweet talk us, but that wasn't working.
Harvey.
Here's the deal, and this woman is right, that the laws of abandonment do vary from state to state and even city to city. So before you take any kind of action like this, what you should do is call your local police department at the very least and find out what the ground rules are.